Today we will talk about the dark side of Napoleon's personality. In the previous lecture, we have talked about the bright side of Napoleon's personality, and before that, um, we had talked about Napoleon's character and how Napoleon got defeated and who was the main architect behind the defeat of Napoleon. So, coming to the topic, in this video, we will talk about the dark side of Napoleon's personality, and this is lecture number 35. So, uh, when we are talking about the dark side of Napoleon's personality, so lot of words comes to our mind, opinions comes to our mind, and what has been talked about Napoleon's personality. So all these things at a time or simultaneously comes to our mind, how Napoleon was projected, how Napoleon was defined, how Napoleon was reflected. So his enemies and opponents often painted him as a devil, the tyrant of the Europe, because he killed a lot of people as a result of those wars that he fought. And around 60 battles he fought, and in those 60 battles, uh, 4 million people were died. Secondly, he created a kind of chaos in Europe. That's why the historian painted him as a devil, tyrant, the architect of chaos in Europe. So all these words define him as a devil, and reflect the dark side of his personality. We will talk about the prominent points, how what were the significant points due to which we call him due to which we call him the dark personality, or the evil, the tyrant, the devil. So the potential point due to which Napoleon is labeled is a devil on the earth. The first one is he was too much ambitious. Napoleon was too much ambitious. This is the first point when we are talking about the dark side of his personality. The first one is Napoleon was too much ambitious because he was hungry of fame, power, and conquest. And for all these three traits or characters, he put in danger the peace of Europe. He put in chaos the entire Europe, and uh, he fought unnecessary wars to fulfill his lust for power, for money, and for conquest. Secondly, he was an imperialist to the bone, because to the backbone, because an imperialist, we mean that to keep acquiring as more territories as Napoleon could. So that's why Napoleon is defined as an imperialist when we are talking about the ambitious nature of his personality. And due to these ambitions, he also promulgated the continental system. And the previous video, we have talked about the continental system, how it was a source, or a mean to defeat the England, because of the promulgation of the continental system. And his view about conquest, he would say that keep acquiring more money and power. That is what he would say. So all these points come in their domain when we are giving the headline, Napoleon was too much ambitious. Secondly, Napoleon was arrogant. How Napoleon was arrogant? Uh, his conquest and his power and his pride turned him into a haughty man, into a haughty and arrogant man. He started abandoning the or consult. He started abandoning. Consulting his very close friends, his those skillful people, those adroit people who were very veteran in the wars. Napoleon started abandoning him in consultation. He would not consult with those people or with those skillful people. That's why Napoleon turned is are defined as an arrogant man. The third important point is Napoleon was very selfish. To quench, when we are talking about this point, so we must keep it in mind that when Napoleon had to quench his thirst for the expansion of his empire, he had to fight many battles, and this is very much common that he would fight wars, and he fought 60 wars, and as a result of those 60 wars, people were died, bloodshed, and shed blood everywhere. So that's why he could be called as a selfish man, and he also plotted the moral principles. He never brought in consideration the moralities, the religion, the principles. He plotted all these principles because he was a selfish man. And Napoleon, the fourth important point in the dark personality is Napoleon observed nepotism. Simply, nepotism to serve the kith and kin are the close relative with privileges, with money, with power, and with other privileges. And he would observe this nepotism in throughout his regime, throughout his empire, and even he distributed the land that he conquered among his friends, among his brothers, and among his relatives. Uh, he made his brother Louis the king of Holland. He was his Louis was the brother of Napoleon. Then the second brother was Jerome. He was made the emperor of Westphalia, and Westphalia is also a place in the recent Germany. Earlier, it was an independent state at that time, but now it is a place in Germany. So, and Joseph was also his brother. He was made the emperor of Spain. That is how he observed nepotism in in conducting his affairs. The fifth important point is he had no faith in religion. Napoleon had no faith in religion. He was neither Mohammedan, he was neither Christian. He would himself say that I'm neither Mohammedan nor Christian. I'm what where I'm, and he would say that religion should be mere an instrument for advancing one's political views. That is what he would say. And he was very much indifferent to the canons of morality and spiritualism. He was not of the opinion or having the bent of mind to observe spiritualism and to observe morality. He was completely devoid of all these principles. Uh, Napoleon would say that Napoleon would say that people say I am a papist. Papist is also a religion, the power of a religion. That is another a category in Catholicism. People say that I am a papist. I'm nothing. I was Muhammadan in Egypt, means I was Muslim in Egypt when I was there to conquer that part of the world. I shall be a Catholic. I shall be a Catholic in France, and I shall be a Catholic uh, follower in France because Catholicism is the state religion in France at that time. So he would have neither faith in Islam, neither Catholicism, neither any other religion. Simply, he Napoleon had no faith in religion. The last and important point is Napoleon was against the ideal of liberty. How he was against the ideas of liberty, despite he fought wars to give freedom to his people, but that is not the case. He was deadly against the liberty. He provided a liberty, a chain liberty, or a defined liberty to his masses, to his subjects, that these points or these limits should not be transgressed, or these limits should not be crossed when we are talking about liberty. He was opposed to the revolutionary concept of liberty. That liberty should not means that you should do whatever you want. He was very much conservative when we are defining the word liberty from the lenses of Napoleon. Secondly, he became himself a dictator, autocrat, and established his despotic rule in France. He became dictator and he was ruling the France under a kind of dictatorship. So he was completely an autocrat at that time. That is how, from all these points, Napoleon can be, that the dark side of his personality can be defined or can be explained, that how Napoleon's personality was dark. In the earlier, we have talked about the bright side. In today's lecture, we talk about the dark side of Napoleon's personality. So keep watching us for further more views on for further more lectures on British history. So keep in touch with us and keep watching our videos. So thank you so much.